everybody.
We're still here.
We are still here in Reno, Nevada. We're here at the gathering.
Yes.
And this has been an incredible day for us, folks. This is amazing. This is a conversation with me, Rick,
and me, Naeem,
and these lovely young people. Captains.
Jeremiah Elliott.
Nathan Fox.
Shannon Myers.
And the reason why we got all this stuff.
I just want to say, that's daughter of Michael Myers.
My dad's name is Michael Myers.
Michael Myers.
Her dad's name is Michael.
Why am I on this side? And with these weapons. What the hell?
I'm only a little bit more vicious.
Only a little bit.
It's always the girls.
Holy crap.
Always the girls.
Always the girls.
Always.
Very aggressive.
And you know she's got an Annabelle doll and a Chucky doll. And they're all possessed.
Full
yeah,
set?
Yeah, they're my best friends growing up.
Folks, all the stuff that you see here is crazy because when we were last 2 years ago, I guess it was.
Last year.
Was it last year?
Last year before. We've done it for the last 3 years since I've been
During
here.
the pandemic, we weren't here, though, right? So that was last year. So it would have been the year before.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I think we were still here. Yeah.
I haven't been here for 3 years.
I get hit in the head a lot, so.
The concussions.
If only we could remember.
So what you're seeing here, folks, is actually armor from medieval night days, and these guys actually
Don it and then beat the crap out of each other.
Yeah, and they
with
do
real
it.
weapons.
So we use real weapons. They are blunted on the blade, but they are real steel weapons. The armor itself is real steel. What we have right here is actually spring steel. So his is a hound skull, which is an English helmet, generally from the late 1400s. Mine is a very similar helmet from the 1440s, English as well. In regards to it, we have armor from periods pretty much from basically the 1200s to the 1500s, depending what the people want to buy, what they want to use. We use, like I said, real weapons that weigh up to 7 pounds, two-handed axes, big swords like this.
I love that thing.
It's called a great falchion.
Pole arms.
Yeah, polearm weapons, axes on big sticks.
And
we go
tiny
full
ones, too.
speed.
Yeah, tiny
small
axes.
ones.
And you notice who picked that one up, right? She's ready to go.
I know how to
swing it
use
at
it
you.
too.
The daughter of Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Very vicious.
You scare me a little bit, lady.
It's not the first time I've heard it.
This is like golf because this has got to be an expensive sport.
It is.
Right?
My
Yes.
kit itself, from head to toe, was a $4,000 kit of just the metal. The guy who made it, he actually made both of armor. His name is Kyle Harris. He's a great armor. He lives in Penn Valley, California. Makes a lot of great material. A lot of fighters like going to him. Yeah. I'll show him this video. But great guy, makes great armor. He made everything I have basically, and he makes armor for a lot of the people in our area just because everyone wants his stuff.
And you know what?
His wait list is years out.
Yeah, it's
Really?
3 years out on his wait list
Holy
because there's
shit.
so many people.
So
that
I
want
can't
his
get
gear.
mine for 3 years?
No.
Yeah, he's not even accepting new people right now just because he's got so much
Dude,
to
put
do.
me in. Come on. You know.
And you know what? I have to do a shout out to Laurel because she's also a great armor smith herself, and she's a woman, so she does great with women fighters. And she actually made my gauntlets over there, which are the tiny itty bitty ones.
And that's one thing that's big on our sport. A lot of people, think, only guys do this. We have female fighters that compete, and I actually have several female fighters who compete with the men. Shannon is actually one of them. She's very strong, kind of scary.
She squatted people
Dude,
that are over
lower
400
center
pounds.
of gravity.
Dude,
you look down
she
and
squatted a man who was literally
Ugh.
350 pounds. She put him on her
Like
back
nothing.
and squatted him.
Wait, while you were wearing armor?
No.
That's a little difficult, I gotta admit, just the physics of it.
So I pushed for this because I wanted to talk to you guys. Last time we were here, I hit one of you with my Kali sticks, and you looked like a fly was bothering you. Because
I noticed because of the sound, that was it.
it's like, what's that buzzing? Oh, that's what it is. Okay. And he just went on with this conversation because we can hit pretty hard with the sticks, but I mean, this is how heavy are these things?
So some kits, they weigh, generally depending on the body of the person and the style of the kit, anywhere from 50 to 80 pounds. Bigger guys who are closer to 400-pound men are about 100-pound kit.
And Brig is, if you get the older school, Briggs, because it's all the overlapping plates, is much heavier. It flexes more, but it's actually harder to move. It tires you out quicker than an actual full plate.
Okay.
Because full plate is custom fitted to you mainly, and depending on the style, like English were... Their armor was made to basically fight on foot versus horseback, like most other knights around the world.
So
it's all about
chest plates.
It's all about being encased but still mobile. Because when you're on a horse, you don't have to be as mobile.
Right.
On foot, you do.
Yeah.
To
So
quote
let me
Kyle,
ask you guys this, because this has been bugging me, like, ever since I was you guys the last time. There's actually a group of people that does this.
There's several groups of people that do.
There's
We're
a
all
country.
around the country.
And here's the funny
national
part of
thing.
here's the thing about this, right? Because
He didn't
when
talk
I
to
was
you
in
guys,
high
that's
school, right, and I would see the chess club, and there's these geeky guys who, right? Mm-hmm. And I see you guys as the geeky guys of martial arts. You were like the guys who
That are at the same time
I
the most
just-
brutal.
yeah, but
I will not lie to you.
They play D&D live.
I won't lie
I'm saying, I
to
was
you. A
like,
large
wait a minute.
portion of armored combat fighters are into D&D, are history buffs, are super nerdy. Honestly.
Oh, I get- well,
and
that's why
one
I
of the
bring
most
this up.
fierce fighters in this country, a guy named Simon.
Oh, God.
He's extremely nerdy. His
The
nickname
biggest
is
little,
Nerd
like-
Rage. He's
yeah.
he's a big dude
Nerd
who crushes
Rage.
people. Yeah, he actually goes to Wasteland Weekend and everything and fights
Yeah.
in the arena. He's a great dude. Amazing fighter. Last time I
I'm-
fought him, he put me on my ass real quick.
I'm
Nerds
fearful
are
of him
scary
over
too.
anyone.
Oh, no, I
am
know.
more scared of him than any other fighter in the world.
wow,
I've seen him
He's a
just
beast.
3 hits in a row, separate people, all fall to the ground, crumpled, knocked out.
Not to
Just
mention
boom,
he took
boom,
what,
boom.
an axe to the skull.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
so
these
we
are
actually-
called Simon straps.
Yeah,
Right.
and they're named
Because-
after him.
His helmet came off and got an axe into the head.
And he still came back to fight.
And not only that, when he got injured, I mean, if you ever get to talk to him yourself, like, go for it. He's a great dude. People tried to cut him out of his armor, which armor's expensive, and he pushed everyone off. Was
And
like,
then
no.
hopped up and
Like, he got up, took his armor off legitimately as he's bleeding from his head, went away in an ambulance, thumbs up, smiling and everything. Like, this, and the weapon that cracked his
touch my
skull,
armor!
he uses that weapon now.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
exact
I thought
shit.
it was stuck on his skull.
And it was like, what was it, like a centimeter from killing him, or like
Yeah,
less than that?
yeah, really close. And
That's outrageous.
he's a beast. He's actually a really good polearm duelist. He's
Porn
really
duelist? Wait a minute, what?
Polearm.
These guys right here.
Okay.
So he can take something
porn
that is
duelist,
extremely
like-
heavy and long, so a lot of force, but he swings it
trying to picture that now.
like eye-blinding
Bad.
fast. You cannot see when he swings; you just feel it.
He is
He's
fast
moving
and he's
fast.
very
You can probably
powerful.
hear the wind.
There's a lot of
Dude, I'm
talented
I'm
polearm
falling in love
duelists
with
in this
guy.
country,
How
though.
do we get hold of him?
Gotta go to the
That's a
East
big
Coast.
pull.
Yeah, it's,
Okay, so how does it feel? Can you describe
Hot.
what it feels like to get
It gets
struck?
warm. Depending on your kit and depending on the weapon, there's a lot of variables that dictate what it feels like to get struck by the weapon. So, for example, this guy right here,
Yeah.
to get struck by that in the helmet, it's not really going to do anything. You're going to feel it move you, but it's not actually going to hurt you.
Huh.
But to get struck by this, maybe in the leg, especially if they gap you, it's going to hurt. It's
Or
gonna
if you
But you-
are wearing brig, like I was saying earlier,
hurt lower back.
right here is a sweet spot
Yeah.
because those plates are only this big and they
Right.
fold. I can get my fingers and do this with it, so it keeps you alive,
Right.
but you feel it. You feel everything.
But when you first put it on, before a fight or anything, you definitely feel like a tank.
oh, I
That
can
must be
imagine.
like a really
In
good
truth,
feeling.
you do have to hit people pretty hard who are wearing brigs to actually.
I almost
do
want to wear
damage.
one of these things just to see if I. You know,
But
Honestly,
they're-
I
I'd rather
feel
be
like-
able to move.
I feel like
Great.
the most intimidating thing is the helmet itself, just because of the breathing
Yeah.
and the restriction on your visibility.
Oh, it's a Darth,
This is
Darth
the
Vader
number
breath.
one thing.
And the
that
helmet is pretty much the
messes you up.
heaviest piece of any armor because what they had back in the day wasn't as thick as what we're using now because though
it's
we
a
love
sport,
beating
yeah.
each other, we're not trying to kill each other.
Right.
Can-
right.
can I-
And
So-
most people actually had 2 sets of armor. Their armor for going to war, which was
you
thinner,
like to try
more
it on?
mobile, and their tournament armor.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, let
So
me.
in-
Because if you
Wait,
go down,
oh,
the
here
way
we
you
go.
were
We're gonna-
beaten
we're gonna-
or killed in
All right,
battle
so
usually
hold
was
these
going
back.
to the ground.
Right.
All right,
Because-
should
Oh, so
we-
you
As
need the
armor,
mobility.
Straps
as
that
armor
keep
got
it?
so
You
advanced,
wanna
where
get
people
those out of
had
your way?
large
That'll
amounts
be
of protection,
uncomfortable
large
in
amounts
your
of
All right, so here we go, guys.
killing
We're gonna-
knights became more difficult, and it was actually
Fine,
more
just
common
kinda
to
push it
capture
with
Yeah,
them.
capture,
kill them.
ransom, money.
Yeah.
All about money.
Well, yeah, because they come
Holy
from nobles.
shit!
Yep.
And then
Families.
most of the fighters, basically the peasants and all that kind of stuff,
How's
the
it
armor
feel?
they had is armor they got from dead knights.
Holy crap!
Yeah!
Now, do you want to feel what it feels like?
Come on, take it!
Here, baby, let me do.
Oh, let me do. No, wait, she's scary. That's fine. Oh shit! God damn!
That was the love tap.
Wow, how do you get this?
It's got a little push pin on it.
Here, do you want to take it off?
No, I just want to pull my face up. Wait, now we're
help,
stuck.
Sammy?
Ah, no! This is claustrophobic.
Take the button.
All right, I gotta hit this.
Oh shit! What are we doing?
He had to undo the.
Oh my god, that was
How did that feel
fucking
like?
crazy. Holy shit, why
it
did
hurt?
I even volunteer for that?
Did it
one?
hurt?
Dude, it's nuts. You don't feel it, but
It
it's
jars you.
scary as fuck.
Jars you.
Oh, right, you hear it, you know it,
All I
honey,
said-
but your head's
Dude,
still
you gotta
there.
try. You gotta.
That is crazy.
All right, put your head down. It'll be easier.
Oh my god. Dude, Naeem, put one on. It's. Oh my
Oh
god.
shit! That guy's in full armor.
All
Here we go.
there he
Oh,
is!
sweet. We have a treat. We're hey, come around the back here because And I'm just gonna look at the camera to make sure he's in there.
So this is Austin Brooks. He's the vice president of the Reno War Rams. I believe your kit is Italian, right? Yeah. So he's wearing an Italian kit, full plate. Yeah, let's spread out a little bit.
What distinguishes English,
So
Italian,
style.
Spanish? Like,
It's
So
a
obviously
style
different
for
countries had
working.
different styles.
Uh-huh.
English were kind of the advanced ones, but it goes with preference, honestly. Things to look for that kind of dictate styles is
Don't hit
generally
Maya.
the face mask on the helmet or the fluting in the armor.
right, because he has a nice little golden cross thing going on.
Yeah, so that right there, honestly, there's helmets that are the same design that don't have that.
Okay.
That's extra, basically.
It's
Oh,
it's
look-
You
flair.
just wanted to look pretty.
It's some
Exactly.
flair. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Remember, knights were all they wanted to look good because
Right.
that was their their namesake, their status.
Yeah. Showing off. So
Here,
this
you
got
got-
him right here.
Back in the
It's
day,
actually
that was their
covered.
everything.
You gotta put this in your hand to make it really.
So they did
really
it for the
cool.
gram, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
This is crazy. Oh my god. Dude, get in that arm, that helmet. Oh my god, that's
Wow, that is super dope. How many pounds is that? Because
This is probably 60, 65 pounds,
65 pounds.
roughly.
Watch out for the ceiling above you.
You guys you guys are a lot more mobile than people think you are.
Oh, extremely mobile. So, I mean, Austin, in regards to this, I mean, lift your arms up, right? He can get his arms up, cover his head, go behind his back. You really don't lose a lot of mobility in good armor. Like,
Okay.
good armor, you're not losing a lot of restriction.
Oh, somebody just died.
Yeah.
Almost.
So in regards to that, the biggest restriction technically is his visibility. But even then, he can pretty much see my hand right here. He's got good vision. You know,
It's
a lot of
getting
people think,
used to
oh,
it.
you're an armor, you're slow, blah, blah, blah. Honestly, you can take any martial artist in the world with no armor and put it against someone in armor, they will not win. I guarantee it. Unless they have a gun, they're not
Dude,
going to win.
Dude, I know a guy that makes really sharp daggers.
Yeah.
I'll grab one of those.
No,
So
I mean,
in our sport, we don't have a lot. So this, what you see here, this riveted
Yeah.
mail, is usually in actual war covering all of these points.
Yeah, all the openings,
in,
right.
in movies where you could stab through this,
Right.
No.
it doesn't do that. I've gotten halberds as charged as hard as I could. It didn't do anything. It's not like in
Chainmail-
movies where it just pierce it. No.
Right.
it will hurt the person,
Right.
like bruise-wise, through the chainmail, but you won't usually penetrate the
So do
skin.
you have any mithril? Lord of the Rings reference, folks. Yes, so you know. Yes, I am up.
So you don't need it because actual good steel is just as good.
Really?
Where's Sting? Did you bring him?
No. Oh, really?
Sting.
Yeah, I get it. This is
Hey, I got a bunch of them.
right now, it would
My
be
favorite
flowing
show.
because
What do you
of
want me
that
to do?
I'm sure the fans will
Wow.
love that.
But that
That's
is
awesome.
that is super dope.
Yeah.
Although
That is just so
I know
cool.
you don't fight in sneakers.
Those are actually boots. Normally, when we fight, we wear period shoes.
Yeah,
so
period
shoes that are
footwear,
accurate
which-
toward, to the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which
Clothing
you don't
back
have
in
a
the
lot
day
of
is
grip in
pretty
them,
good.
Uh-huh.
and you don't have a lot of padding on your foot. There's pretty much just a piece of leather between your foot and the ground. So that actually changes things a lot for people who are fighting.
It is
Me
very
fighting in these
difficult.
combat boots or whatever,
Uh-huh.
easy as hell. But if I were to put period shoes on,
Right.
it changes everything because I lose a lot of grip. I have
Your
to
balance.
Be, yeah,
It's
everything
totally
changes
thrown
a
off.
little bit.
We would just
If
be
you
falling
walk on
this
this carpet,
Yeah.
it's like ice.
Let's go ahead and
Yeah,
have you
it'd
sit
be
back
ice
down.
skating
'cause
right
we're
now.
gonna-
You're tall.
Right?
You're tall.
Too tall.
But so the martial art that's then trained. How do you train? Do you train out of armor, in armor?
Both.
Okay.
So how I run my practices for my team is we do some workouts and warm-ups and stuff,
Uh-huh.
and then we'll go over techniques with weapon strikes and grappling and all that kind of stuff. And we'll go
Grappling
over
in
the-
gear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
grappling
So-
is huge
so-
in this sport because
I'm
the
actually
goal is to
mainly a
get your
grappler.
opponent
So am I.
on the
To the
ground.
ground.
And a lot of
gear.
times, and armor does this job, so weapon strikes don't do that a lot. Or you need a certain spot to hit. So a lot of times, what someone that can hold on to the person will do is show their butt to that person that has a big old axe and let them whack at them.
But you
and
all-
sit there and hold them in place while they're just getting chopped on.
You got to remember though too. There's different tournaments. We do have tournaments where there's longsword tournaments or polearm tournaments where the
duels.
strikes
It's
actually.
point-based.
Are
Covering your
So-
face. Get this out of here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
In regard to
I
technique,
paid 10
there's a
dollars.
lot to it.
Look at you go.
So I'm personally a longsword duelist and everything, but when you're doing duels, there's technique in the weapon. There's a lot of beauty and a lot of grace. You have to strike your opponent without them blocking it, and you have to strike them more than they strike you.
A
It's
clear
point-based.
strike. Okay.
Yeah, and it has to be with force.
For melees, which are 5v5s or more for the most part, or there's women 3v3s, or sometimes the men do 3v3s, it's about getting the other team on the ground. Once you get your opponent on the ground, they're dead. They're done.
So that's where you use the small axes and you cover your face and you use it for punching.
Yeah, you can punch them.
Okay.
This
pretty
part
much
right
any
here is
means
no
necessary.
armor, so you can.
This
The only thing you can't really do in this sport is if you have like a sword, you can't thrust. Like you can't stab, no hitting on the back of the knees. no horizontal strikes to the neck, and then no vertical strikes to the spine.
So building
And that's
off
pretty
of the,
much it.
Building off of the punching thing, this is one of the things you can use.
This
It's a
is
punch
my
shield.
baby.
This is what I use a lot because I will grapple a lot. So I will get up close and personal, and I will box you with this.
So is that
and an
strapped
axe.
to your hand? Your,
Yeah, it goes on the
Strap
armor.
your hand
So
in
the
And
back, you hold
it
it.
is heavier than
Strap.
most of the weapons, and you put a lot of force into it.
I've not
Other
people
than
out with punch shields before.
other than big axes,
Yeah.
that will
So
actually carry
crazy.
more force than just about any weapon.
So that's
if
where
you're
that
really-
tank comes in.
Yeah.
This is my baby, and then I drop this over my gauntlet. That's
Yeah,
it.
because I've seen you hold the axe like that before.
And then
Yeah,
it's harder
not
to
for me.
lose your weapon too.
This is a brute shield. It's like 7.5 pounds or something like that. I had
Okay.
one that was just like an 1/8 inch thinner before, and I broke it on someone's head.
Holy
It snapped in half on their head.
Right.
On the-
Oh.
So you hit hard enough, and it really hurts.
Yes.
It's there.
Oh. You Captain America.
So if you want to feel the weight of that, put your body behind it with 80 pounds of armor on, with a nice straight punch grounded. Yeah, you can do a lot of damage.
Here.
And you're hitting with the
Actually, another popular fighter, Bill Woodbury, better known as Bam Bam.
Bam.
That's his nickname.
His
He's
name is
also
Bam
from the
Bam.
same area as Simon. He's famous for using a punch
Nope.
shield.
We're gonna play with you guys
And he
later
drops
on.
people with punches all
So,
day.
would you then use it on your strong arm for the sake of the
I
tournament?
personally do. When I fight with
Right?
a shield,
'Cause
I
then it
put
would
my
be-
shield in my right hand.
And I've mixed
for
it up.
force.
It depends on what I'm kind of going for at the moment, what I feel like. If I do want to do, depending on who's going against, stuff like that, if I'm going to be mainly just grappling, I won't really worry about putting it on my strong arm. If I need to be the person that deals heavy blows, I'll put it on my strong arm.
And also, you got to think about who you're going up against and the weapons they're using too.
So you guys
I
really
mean-
follow everybody. Make sure that you know.
But you
who's
have
who
to
and-
know.
Well,
It's like
There's a